From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Darrell W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Monday, August 11th, 2014. Silver is trading at $19.98 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,310 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $588. Antiwar.com reports the Ukrainian military has angrily spurned a call from eastern Ukrainian rebel leaders for a humanitarian ceasefire, aiming to allow civilians trapped in the sieged city of Donetsk to escape. The proposal was pushed overnight by Alexander Zakharchenko, the premier of the secessionist Donetsk People's Republic, saying it was necessary to avert a growing humanitarian crisis in the city, the largest of the rebel-held cities. A Ukrainian military spokesman insisted no offer for a ceasefire would even be considered without a unilateral unconditional surrender by the rebels. The Ukrainian military has Donetsk surrounded and is shelling areas across the city. Large numbers of civilians have fled, but many more remain trapped in the ongoing siege. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. Reuters reports Tayyip Erdogan is set to be Turkey's next president after local media credited the veteran prime minister with more than half of the vote, with nearly all of the ballots counted. After an election on Sunday that his opponents say may create an increasingly authoritarian state, broadcasters said Erdogan had 52.3% of the vote. Such a result would rule out a runoff and seal Erdogan's place in history as Turkey's first directly elected head of state, a role expected to enhance his power. Turkey has emerged as a regional economic force under Erdogan, who, as prime minister for more than a decade, has ridden a wave of religiously conservative support to transform the secular republic founded by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk in 1923. But his critics warn that a President Erdogan, with his roots in political Islam and intolerance of dissent, would lead the NATO member and European Union candidate further away from Atatürk's secular ideals. Turkey's electoral authorities are not officially due to announce their results until today, with final figures due later this week. Opinion polls had put Erdogan far ahead of the two rivals competing for a 5-year term as president. Parliament has in the past chosen the head of state, but this was changed under a law pushed through by Erdogan's government. He has set his sights on serving 2 presidential terms, which would keep him in power past 2023, the 100th anniversary of the secular republic. For a leader who refers frequently to Ottoman history in his speeches, the date has special significance. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. Antiwar.com reports Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu urged patience in the ongoing war in the Gaza Strip, insisting that the war will continue until it achieves its long-term goal in the Strip. Defense Minister Moshe Ya'alon echoed the comments, insisting Hamas would never wear us out and that the Israeli military was comfortable with a long war against Hamas. The comments came before Israel agreed to return to peace talks in Cairo, but stand in stark contrast to comments from other cabinet ministers who overwhelmingly were more hawkish and are pushing for a full military conquest of the Strip and the full destruction of Hamas. An actual peace deal will be extremely unpopular among Israel's ruling coalition on any terms, and Netanyahu's current policy seems to be keeping the conflict going at a level that keeps his cabinet happy without escalating to such an extent that it alienates the U.S. and other Western nations counseling caution. This makes the ceasefire and peace negotiations that go along with them extremely difficult, as Israel has so far refused to concede a single point on ending the blockade of the Strip, meaning the talks keep stalling without resolution. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.